What is up, guys? It's your boy GRC. I was all over the interwebs yesterday, and I'm back 11 a.m. Eastern every single day. I hope everyone's doing well. Let me look at the comments for a sec before my ADD goes on full. Let's respect the chat real quick. Respect the peoples. Naeem, great to see you first in here. Clutch move. Looking forward to this, fellas. Maddie Crypto, great to see you. Maddie Crypto was the first person that ever invited me on a stream to publish an episode. It was pretty cool. I was way early. That was me and Hex Luther. Wow, that was crazy. That was a long time ago. I was working for Joker. Dom Metch only one. Great to see you. Rip City. AJ Rip City, hope the doctor has been going well. You said you had a checkup yesterday. You're going to let us know, or are you just going to throw the biceps up? Act like a real man. Hex Drummer, Warden you. Charlie 2020, great to see you. 2 minutes till showtime. Let's go, Ryan. Break a leg, bro. Ryan's an absolute animal. Brian's an animal. Ryan is an animal, bro. I'm an animal, and this dude makes me feel like a bunny rabbit sometimes. He's like, we got to learn this shit. I'm like, let's fucking go. Stream. Alan Fizz, great to see you guys. Everybody, Crypto Wash. Chad Donner Swans. Chris Crypto. I don't know if I've ever seen that name in here. Probably have. Great to see you, Donner Swans. Anyway, I feel like there's going to be like a RH Twitter space later. I don't know that. I've never heard that, but I have a feeling it's one of those days. It's one of those days, guys. Must be some technical difficulties, guys. Par Hexcellence, Melv Tony, 4 cent Hex, guys. That's a scoopy scoop. It's getting scoopy territory. Or now that I like Hedron, I'm not allowed to say that anymore. Rip City Hex. Great to see everybody. Everybody, sorry. I just wanted to Pulse Chain and Chill. What a cool name. It's a good day for Mad Gains. I bet Sam made mad gains in his LP pool last night. I'm only speculating. But, guys, it's crypto in the morning. We have the GetFit Mining team here. Let's think about that for a second. GetFit Mining. This is one of those things that it's like, me, Sam, everyone in this room knows this will happen, right? Like, there will be a move to earn in the future that our parents will be fucking with probably. So just understand, just like Alex kind of came out with Hedron and we were like, all these stakes, I got to stake all the time. This doesn't make sense. I feel like in the future, it'll be different. Well, now we're trading stakes. And now when I go to the gym to work out, it's not just about me sacrificing my time for my body. I'm actually earning yield. I'm sure you can easily earn enough yield to pay for your gym membership. Probably just by doing classic workouts. So just stuff like this, I love to think about. I love to think about the future. We have Lynette. We have Ryan. I'm participated in this. You know, I spent money. I minted the NFT on Binance Smart Chain. And obviously, this is something that we want in the future. I want in the future. So I want to think about all this stuff. I want to think about partnership. I want to think about teaming. Doesn't mean I'm going to do anything, but I'm a gym rat. I'm the gym rat. Guys, crypto in the morning every single day, 11 a.m. Eastern. We'll be back in a minute.
You already know what time it is. Crypto in the morning. Crypto in the morning. Crypto in the morning. Waiting on phone. Crypto in the morning. 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 Waiting on phone. Crypto in the morning. Crypto in the morning. Smoking a blunt on my way to the gym. 11 a.m. and I'm already tuned in. Got me some hacks and I'm making a stake. Got me some heads on, I'm making it rain. Pay me some maxi and that just in case. Jim Reddit sent me to show you the way. Crypto in the morning. 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 Crypto in the morning.
Yo, what's Gucci? How you doing, bro? Cheers to everybody who is here this morning. I see a lot of biceps in the chat. Mine is actually sore from yesterday's workout, so hope everybody is
82 in here
already, right? So this is going to be interesting learning about this, right? Because there's been other projects out there that did this. Several years ago, there was an app that did this that I was like, oh, that's kind of a cool idea, where you would earn this digital token similar to like what you would earn in like video games, I would assume, but I don't play video games. And if you had that thing active on your phone, you'd earn this token a number of years ago. I don't know whatever ended up happening to it, but that this reminds me of that, and I'm looking forward
I don't think
to
we were
learning
ready
about
yet.
this.
I don't think the world was ready yet. I think the world's ready now. This is the bull market where this happens. I mean, this is the bear market where this happens, and we all know it.
And I want to learn, because there's a easy way to cheat, right? So if I just tie my shit up to something that oscillates, right? Is there a mechanism? Is it tied to the heart rate so that it's only active if there's a heart rate on there? It only counts on there? Because with the one that was several years ago, you could just hook a device up, right? Like most people have extra devices around, and you could just hook it up to something that oscillates and get your points daily without doing anything. You just set it up.
Exactly. And I wanted to bring up some of those nuanced points, of course, but let's invite them in. Sam,
yes, this is gonna be awesome.
There's a lot of people in here. A lot of people are going to have questions. Okay. So
leave them in the chat and we'll get to them.
I also want to keep it simple to a degree early on, and maybe as we get further in, because I want people that don't know much about any of this stuff to get a good idea. Guys, retweet this out real quick. I'm going to invite these special guests on right now. Let's flip and go.
There we go. There we go. What's up, guys? How are you?
Good.
Hey, how are you guys?
Awesome.
We're doing great. It's 11 a.m. on the morning time, so me and Sam generally are all smiles.
Thank you for taking the time out of your day to come on and talk about this. I'd like to, start with just talking a little bit about your history in crypto and stuff before we kind of like get into the project.
Let me tell people my relations too. So
perfect.
That would be,
and then we'll start.
And then I want to know your guys' stories to a degree. How you got when I'm finished talking, just how you got into crypto, how long you've been doing this, why you want to do this, and what is so amazing about this product that put you all together and put a fire under your guys' butt. And it's very inspiring to watch, to be honest. I have met these guys from the last 3 weeks. We have been contacting about GetFit Mining. Like when I see, a lot of people message me about random coins, but GetFit Mining is right up my alley. I'm the gym rat. So it's like, so I was like, it was hard for them to get a hold of me because of my ADHD primarily, but really I wanted to get involved and I wanted to understand what was going on because I almost was nervous. I was like, I hope this isn't too good to be true. Cause this is like, it's a lot. Like GetFit Mining. Like I work out a hell of a lot and I want people in my life to have incentive to do so. And we could actually change the world. But yes, I have purchased this. I have gone through the process and the steps on Binance Smart Chain. And so I have done that. Now it wasn't that much money for me. So I don't think I'm like waiting for all these crazy returns. I just wanted to get involved personally. I haven't looked at anything else really, to be honest. So let's go first to Ryan and then we'll go to Lynette, how you guys met too in the middle. But Ryan, a lot of people know you as well from posting and from being in the community.
Yes. So been in crypto for 11 years and watching 17,000 cryptocurrencies come to market, it's like, do we really need all these coins? And that's why I got really interested in Hex when they were hard forking Ethereum and did well in Ethereum back in the day. I got an Ethereum at like $20 a coin. But, moving forward here, that was amazing. But moving forward, when I saw NFT and learned about it, my friend told me our parent shared with me about NFTs, and these pictures are selling for millions of dollars. And he explained that they were dead assets. And he goes, we put our focus on living assets and utility-driven, data-driven assets with using NFT technology. And when I saw that and I went down that rabbit hole, I saw some changes taking place in the blockchain space that I saw becoming undeniable. And I love the saying, if not this, then what in life? So we're always looking for the best technologies. Where is this evolving to? How is this going to move into the metaverse? And I always say that the core metaverse is NFT technology. The core of NFT technology is data and utility-backed NFTs, specifically specifically as we build a core foundation to support the arts and these dead assets, as people call them. So anyways, I went to Dubai 18 months ago. I don't know if you want to call it a parent company, but Lynette can explain a little bit more about Tag Protocol. We created hashtags as our first project, turning Twitter hashtags into data-driven NFTs that mine cryptocurrency every second. So some people, one person may own Pulse Chain, one person may own Hex as an NFT. They do actually, my friend does, and only one person can own that NFT. So it's mining cryptocurrency every time they're tweeting. And so I flew to Dubai for my third time and met with Lynette over there, and had some fun on the private yachts and all this stuff, and had a phenomenal time. And Lynette is a major shareholder with Tag Protocol as well as myself. And when I met her, I could tell how analytical she was, and how she was a master at spreadsheets, first of all. And when I saw how she knew what she was talking about so much, we just kept talking and talking. And then she came to me this concept about GetFitMining, and I was just blown away. Because I always say, if you're not moving, you're dead, and mine till you die and beyond with GetFitMining. So that's that.
Thank you, Ryan, for sharing. That's interesting. That's a long time, 11 years to be in crypto. That's awesome.
I think Lynette beats him on the how long you've been in crypto. I remember you told me that you were in crypto in the infancy, like before anyone was really paying attention. Like there was hardly anyone. How did you get into crypto? And Lynette, great to see you again. You've been awesome while talking on the phone, and you helped me stay centered. So I would love to introduce you and tell us how long you've been in crypto and your interaction with Ryan and the community, and what you're trying to get done and moving forward.
I have a really good friend of mine who is always on top of the next best thing. And I remember when he told me, you need to buy some Google stock. And I'm like, what the heck is a Google? I didn't buy it. He did. So when he called me up and he said, go buy $100 of Bitcoin. And this was in the beginning of 2009. And I did. It was like 12,000 Bitcoin at the time. It was a lot of Bitcoin. Of course, I didn't know much about it and lost my private key. So I have Bitcoin that's locked in my crash hard drive of a computer, but I still have that computer. I walk by.
Yeah, I would love to highlight that real quick, and I want you to get right back, because I had a huge argument with somebody yesterday about smart contract risk, and they wanted to say I was a furu and a loser, but really they were just a fat not going to say that word. Not gonna say anything like that. Nothing like that. But I was pissed because it's like there is a risk for new people locking their money into a system they don't understand when people are not teaching them security. If you don't want to act like that exists, then that's why I blocked you.
Yeah, it definitely does. And, I know that once I get into that computer, I will retrieve those once I can unlock that hard drive. And so we've got somebody who's working on it. So that'll be nice. But yeah, I did. I got into crypto in 2009. And I bought my first Ethereum when it was like $3. You know what I mean? So I'd done very well in it. I didn't always understand it, but I'm one of these people that like to break everything down. It's like I like to take the puzzle apart and then put it back together the right way, because, everybody gets involved in what they think is the best thing, or they want to create what is the best thing. So I like to sit back and watch. And like Ryan said, I am always into my spreadsheets. Everything in life to me is about math. Everything is an equation. And that is exactly how I put Get Fit together.
That's how I feel too. I feel like everything's just a little puzzle. Like even if it's like important as shit, like, oh, being a billionaire in crypto, I'm like, oh, it's just a little puzzle. Like,
and it really is. It's all about, breaking everything down and mapping out exactly what you want to do. But honestly, I hadn't really heard of any of the move to earns. And when I got into the NFT space, I got to tell you, I really thought it was the most ridiculous thing in the world. JPEGs, like, really? What's the point? I just didn't get it, and I didn't really get involved in it. But when I met Vishal, who owns the Tag Protocol, owns it, but he's the creator of Tag Protocol. We like to say with project, we're creators. You don't really own anything. It's all blockchain, blockchain driven through crypto. But probably one of the most intelligent people I've ever met. As far as most people can't make my head spin, that man makes my head spin. I have to listen to what he says more than once before I actually retain it. And
I want this guy.
Yeah, he's amazing.
I'll pay him. I want him.
Mm-hmm. I really liked the concept of, mining through data with social media. we don't make any money on social media. You know what I mean? We post all day long, and it's the platform owners that make the millions and billions of dollars off of everything we supply them with. They know what color we like. They know what we eat for breakfast. They know what time we go to bed. They know who our friends are, our family, they know everything. And so it was a way to monetize, social media. And so I really, really got into that part of NFTs, the utility behind it. Now, I have the opposite problem of people who are trying to lose weight. I'm always trying to gain weight. And so I'm always using, I don't have it on right now, but my Apple Watch. And I like to watch the calories that I'm burning and making sure I'm getting the right exercise, but mostly making sure I'm putting on weight versus losing the weight. And so I had gone to Vishal and said, we need a move to earn. And he's like, there are move to earn apps out there. And I'm like, really? So I started researching. And my big thing was every single one of those apps, to me, have a barrier. Like take Stephen, for example. You have to literally go outside and walk. Okay, that's not feasible for some people. Some people have got health reasons why they don't get out and walk. Some people, cold, like here, I live in Michigan. I don't want to go outside and walk. When it's 30 degrees outside, I want to go to a track that's inside a gym or something. You know what I mean? I don't want to go out there and freeze my butt off. I want to be able to exercise and get credit for it. Most all of them only do the steps, but there's restrictions to it. And I love that you brought up the cheating mechanism.
Yeah, that's what I wanted to highlight for Sam, because I would think that too. I would just put it on my dog and just say, go run 27,000 miles.
And the stepping one is more like when I was reading through it, it's more just like a game, and that's not even slightly interesting to me. To like a game,
I want to freaking lift some weights.
Right.
It's just like they try to gamify it in the sense, right? And it's just like, okay, well, this is boring. I actually stopped reading because I was like, this doesn't even slightly interest me when I was getting through it. So it's interesting you brought that up, but please continue. It's fascinating.
Well, what I wanted to do, I wanted to take the human body and turn it into a mining machine. Bottom line, all of your movement, not just walking outside, but everything. I mean, your workouts, if I'm a roofer and I'm up there, swinging a hammer all day, because now they use air guns, nailers or whatever, but that's still work. You know what I mean? I've been out there.
Do you think they could make more money potentially in some of these I don't know about poverty stricken would probably be the wrong word, but I mean lower income work jobs that are like entry level, that these guys are literally breaking their necks like all day long, climbing roller coasters and fixing them and stuff like this. Do you think they could potentially earn more yield?
Yeah,
they get GetFit Miner than they are from their actual paycheck?
So the other thing I wanted to do is I wanted to replicate what actual mining does. So let's say I'm mining for Ethereum, or I'm mining for ADA, or I'm mining for Bitcoin, whatever. I need to have major computer power, right? I can't just use a cheap miner. I have to have the badass if I want to really mine. And so what I wanted to do is make sure that your activity replicated what an actual miner would do if I had that physical equipment. So the more I work out, the more strenuous my activity, the more intensity that I have with my walking, my movements, I'm going to mine more. If I'm just walking slow, I'm mining slow. If I'm walking fast, I'm mining more. If I'm, working out for 2.5 hours versus somebody who's working out for 10 minutes, I'm gaining more mining shares.
What if this price is out busking on the street? I mean, asking for money on the corner. What if that prices it out? What if they're like, hey, on our cell phones now we can just go for a jog for like 3 hours a day, and then it kind of like takes out all the like us asking for money on the corner? Like, I'm just thinking about this and like, because it's a value prop. Like, it's all it is. It's a tool and a value prop.
Anybody, okay, so
help the world is what I kind of say too, like be helpful to the world.
Take the person who's on the corner. Okay, they can't afford to come in and mint the NFT. So we have a free miner that we give to people. It only mines at 25% efficiency, but we don't want anybody to not be able to mine. And so we have that free miner. Like I said, it only mines at 25% efficiency. So today, if I minted my NFT and I have the primary band, every step I take, I've got one mining share. When you have we call it the pioneer band, you have to walk 4 steps to equal 1 step. So it's got a lower mining efficiency, but it should, because it's free. You have to work out 4 times harder, to have equal to the primary band, but it allows everybody to get started. And that was important to me too, because there are a lot of places, on this planet where people are literally, I mean, to go buy a gallon of milk is sometimes challenging. You know what I mean?
I know a lot of the
Go ahead,
homeless
Ryan.
guys around here.
Go ahead.
For sure. And that would be their reality. What up, Ryan?
I want to say one thing, like I mean, look what this could do. Like the government hands out free cell phones. I'm reaching out to people that are cryptocurrency peeps, like Bruce Fenton, for example, and Brock Pierce. These guys who run for president, senator, governor, what have you. And just imagine those free cell phones. We put this app on the phone, and it's mining them cryptocurrency to help them, get out of poverty and build just a legitimate business by getting off their butts and actually doing something. It's beautiful, and the government profit from this right here. Go ahead.
So can you talk about finish giving the synopsis of like kind of how everything works, and then I have
questions. Can we kind of play it from the beginning as if Sam was going to get involved? Like if you wanted Sam to get involved, for example, like just the
because there's so many of these things have tried this and they haven't like won adoption because there's multiple different ways to game the system.
Well, there's so many issues with it. Okay, everybody, if you put here's what kudos to everybody who puts a project together, but there's so much planning that should go into it. I literally put almost 6 months into research and just mapping out and blueprinting exactly how this would work. And there's so many things that need to take place for an app like this to work. One, you cannot just have one token that's the native token to this app. Okay, here's the big thing when you're in crypto, and I think this is what people fail to realize. Your project is only as good as your community. If you don't have a community, you might as well hang it up. Okay, and it's extremely difficult.
That's amazing to hear from just someone in general that's like not in the heck, like, not directly who I talk to every day, because it's just the fucking truth. It's just the bare bones truth.
Yeah. And
you need adoption, period.
You can have the best project on the planet, but if you don't have the community, sorry. You know what I mean?
They're going to drive the adoption, and that's all you need is adoption.
Period. And they'll call you a scam artist for not having users just because you don't have users.
Right. And so here's the one thing that I wanted to make sure. And being somebody who's been involved in, different projects, one thing, and if anybody who's been in crypto that's got a wallet, you've got coins that have been airdropped to that wallet. And we don't take a contract address and import those tokens because we don't know if those tokens are safe. We don't know if they're, a scam token is going to wipe out our, portfolio of the crypto that we have.
I got wiped out $40,000 at the top because I didn't know, and I clicked on one of those airdrops.
A couple of times myself, and it's a horrible feeling, you know what I mean? And there's absolutely nothing you can do. So you have to be careful. And so we just don't collect those tokens. And so when projects go and they airdrop into random wallets, you don't get the engagement. The one thing that was really important to me with GetFit was to make sure that I didn't just have the native token to the app, because if that token flops, your project flops. And how do you build in a community? Well, you bring in multiple projects that share in the airdrop engine. And so GetFit has an airdrop engine, and it's free to all projects. What this does is it allows other projects to share each other's communities, but it gives these projects 100% conversion and engagement on their token. Why? Because people are mining these tokens. They don't have to pick and choose the tokens that they're mining. They get them all. So you're
saying if I somehow if I was on the GetFit Mining team and I was like, hey guys, there's this cool coin called Hedron. Is there any way that we could distribute this as part of like some sort of marketing thing? And like, whether you're the one buying the coins and I don't know how it all works directly. But I'm just saying in general, like, could you pick any coin is kind of what I mean. Like, is there a limit?
How does that work? What's the process like?
The creator of that project would come over, and there's basically
I know a guy
a questionnaire that they fill out, and it basically gives them what the scenario is as far as how many tokens do they want to airdrop. The project creator themselves, they will airdrop those tokens into the engine. They'll fill out a questionnaire that we have. It helps them determine basically the amount of tokens that they want mined by the community and how many, per day for the X amount of time. They send them tokens into a smart contract. And then that amount of token is mined on a daily basis for the duration of time that they've set it up for. They can add to it, but once it's in the smart contract, it's in the smart contract. And then everybody who is mining through GetFit is mining their token as well. It gives them a place on the GetFit website so that they can share their white paper, their pitch deck, their website, events.
I'll pull up the price chart on that while you guys are talking, because it seems rather parabolic.
I didn't hear what did you look a price chart up?
No, I say, is there a price chart for the GetFit? What's it called? The tag? Can't remember.
Tag protocol. This week, Tagcoin outperformed the top 20 cryptocurrencies in the world 5 days straight.
Oh, that's the one I was looking at. That's
one
the one I was looking at.
Asked was, is it just Binance Smart Chain coins that can go ahead and mine on our thing? Lynette, you want to answer that?
No, any chain.
Oh, excuse me.
You just have to switch chains, switch networks. And so it can be any.
So getting back to the mining portion of it, how is that done structurally?
Okay. As far as how does the mining work for people that are using our app?
Yeah, I want to know what way I can game the system, basically. So if I know what you're tracking to get mining results, then I figure out how to get that done to game it, is like how I would think about it.
Just like the puzzle piece you were saying earlier, like Sam loves to just cut through the bullshit and just try to figure out what's going on here. So like you think like that also. So what do you think about the gamifying? What are some of those stoppers, and what are some of those, things that people would try to do potentially?
Okay, so I'm going to start with what we just went over with project creation, making sure that we had multiple coins for people to mine. Okay, the engagement from the projects. The second thing that was important is all activity. We do steps, workouts, distance, calorie burning. We do sleep, and in the next probably 60 to 90 days, travel. So GPS traveling. So if you are an over-the-road trucker, if you are somebody who travels by air and you're connected to the internet, the miles that you travel are mining you crypto as well. So literally everything that you do from the time you wake up until you disconnect from the app. I mean, if you never disconnect from the app, 24/7, 365
you're
days.
Saying basically that he could make the most yield by doing this effectively rather than strapping it to some device.
Well, and we don't allow phones, okay, because you can cheat on a phone. Google Fit and Apple Health allow you to go in and add data. You have to have a wearable. You have to. It's the only way to disallow the cheating. Now you cannot hang your wearable up on a ceiling fan and turn it on. You can't walk by and swat it, but you can cheat on a phone. And we can't allow that because it's not fair to the projects who are airdropping their tokens. That costs them.
Lynette, we're on that piece, right? So you said sleep is one of the things, activity is one of the things, and you said one or two other metrics, right? So let's just pick one, right? Let's pick, like, say, activity of something, right? So somebody's going okay, I'm gonna go for a walk. Let me put this thing on and track my shit, right? So what are you measuring there? What is the gyroscope in the thing, or what exactly is getting measured to quantify the mining? And is this its own like network?
Okay, we use 6 different sensors in the app to track everything. But what I want to do, I want to start with steps because that's what we rolled out first, just to give you an idea.
Cool.
And we wanted to make sure that everybody got really motivated. So for every step that you're taking, you're getting 1 mining share. And I even find myself while I'm doing this walking, I'm counting my steps. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm like, oh gosh, okay, I got to stop this. But I know that's what people are going to do. We measure multiple ways. 1, the intensity. How fast are you walking? The distance of your steps. Like some people take wider steps. You know what I mean?
Is this being done with the gyroscope, or is this GPS plus gyroscope? Or how is GPS this being measured? Gyroscope. Okay, in some type of formula.
We use them both.
Algorithm on there.
Yeah, we use them both. And I really wish I would have had like one of our dev guys on here today because they could have explained.
Well, luckily we come on every day, so if you send me one of those guys' number, I can come on whenever in the future.
We'll do that because they can explain to you better how the sensors and all that work. So basically, what I did was
that's fair because not everyone is the one building the sensors.
Also, to clarify, you don't have to have a watch. There's also these rings that you can wear too that count the functionality as well, right, Lynette?
As far as I know, that ring is compatible as long as it uses Google Fit or Apple Health, but I haven't tested it myself for sure. I just use, the wearable, but let's see, I'm getting myself off track here. So we went over the steps. We also give bonuses. The other thing that's important to know that I had to include in this, everybody breed. take 2 parents and breed this baby. You know, you got CryptoKitties who does it. You got StepIn who does it. All of these apps like take these NFTs, breed them for a third. Well, what ends up happening? You
Me
have
and Tom are a little new on that too. So just as you go, I've never heard of.
Well, take StepIn for example. Okay, eventually you're going to run out of feet to put on your sneakers, right? To step, and so you've got a problem. You got a big problem. So we don't do that in GetFit. We merge. So you cannot merge or lease a free band that mines at that 25% efficiency, but a primary band, you take 2 primaries and you merge those 2. Though when you merge them, you get what's called an ultra band. Okay, this mines at a higher efficiency. It gives you a better miner. We burn the 2 primaries. Now you can then take 2 ultras and you can merge them for a super or a mega. They're, you know, interchangeable names there. And we burn the ultras. And then you can take 2 of the, we'll call them megas, and you can merge those for an Optimus, which is the highest efficiency mining NFT that you can have. And we burn all of these out. So essentially it's taking 42 NFTs, burning them to get one high efficiency, the highest efficiency. So you'd never run out of wrists for a wearable. So you've always got a high demand and a low supply. We also offer a leasing feature. So people that want to own multiple NFTs, they can own them and they can lease them out. Anybody, you stake that NFT, somebody comes in, they stake to it. You determine what those mining shares are going to be, how you're going to share the percentages. So if I have somebody that works out at a gym and they do this every day, I'm going to want to give them a higher percentage of the rewards that they're mining for me. So I could have 100 bands that are out there working for me, one that I'm wearing, 99 that, 99 other people are working. Now my mining rewards are even higher because I've got multiple mining bands working for me based on other people's activity. So there were multiple things that I wanted to fix here. I wanted to make sure, one, that it wasn't just one token in the app. It wasn't driven just by one for mining reward, that we had multiple projects that were involved in this. And currently we have 59 that are coming on board, and I have, it'll make over 120 tokens that people will be mining once we vet the remaining projects. And you get them all. You don't just pick 1 or 2. You mine every single one. So, you're really in control of what you do with this crypto. For one, it really, I think, expands people's knowledge in this space. 2, the NFTs here are interactive, they're algorithmic, and they're also programmable. So our NFT is nothing like you've ever seen before. The NFT band, the little button on the top right, it actually will scroll your screen and it will show your activity in real time on your NFT. There's nothing out there that is like this. You can see some pretty cool NFTs that are moving, but you can't interact with them. It doesn't do the things that,
So you're saying on the actual NFT, you can actually see the real results on the NFT when you're just looking at the front end.
Lynette, do a screen share. Do a screen share if possible so people can have a visual as we go about this, because this NFT is...
You can even just drop a link if you want to.
If you put the link into the private, we can pull it up.
I
had a question on the vetting as well as on the cheating portion of it, right? Why wouldn't I just attach that to my dog, right? Because it's GPS and it's moving.
Yeah, but you can't, it's not going to work. It needs to collect your heartbeat, and there's just things that let us know it's a dog. So we've got anti-cheating pieces on that. You can't take your band and put it on your dog and it won't work. It will not work. It's
also illegal where I'm at. If your dog's even off a leash, like the freaking cops will pick you up, literally. But if I went out to my grandpa's house in the country, I mean,
when I stand on things that tell, there's things that alert that says this is connected to me. It's mine. It's got, it's measuring my heart rate, my calories burned. I mean, dogs burn at a different rate than we do. Their heartbeats at a different rate than we do. Their skin is not just like ours. There's so many things that this tells the data, you know what I mean, that we're collecting through Apple or through Google, that you're not a human.
I think that's
animals have heartbeats. We have heartbeats, right? So
yeah, but not the same as a human. You know what I mean?
Are you talking more of the sensitivity of the product is so fine that it can tell pretty damn easily that this is a human arm rather than
That's
this
why
is
they
any-
make bands specific to dogs, because the data that's collected is different and the way it's measured is different.
Okay, and they're trying to. What you're saying is that the heartbeat rate is different, and
Just
one other
the
factor.
way okay, so Google and Apple gives you the raw data. Okay, then we have to convert that by combining what these things mean, how many calories are burned, with X amount of exercise, and heart rate, how it increases or slows down, or the length of time it takes for it to slow down. Like take a rabbit, for example, their heart just goes, beep, 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 and if it goes too fast, they'll have a heart attack, right? So our bodies work different than an animal's body. Yes, they have a heartbeat. Yes, blood flows. Yes, they burn calories, but it's all done at different rates than a human. We're not identical in how we do this. The activity doesn't calculate the same.
Okay, cool. So that would be interesting to test and see if I could break the cheating portion of it. Or I'm sure somebody will, right? If there's a way to make money,
I can give it a whirl,
right, and then try it, and we can do a video on that.
Well, but like as far as just like a clinical, I mean, obviously you guys have thought about these things. Like
we spent a couple of months cheating it every way we could, and then fixing the cheats.
Oh, fantastic!
You guys have spent, and I don't know if this is too much personal of a question, but I'll just ask it anyway. How much money have you spent, or maybe not you? I don't know the exact full team, but like how much funds have gone into like creating this thing? Because I mean, this seems like it would take a team and some funds to kind of get going, but you guys already got going. So I'm just curious, like, is this something that you've been working on for a long time, or did you have this idea? Did you spend a bunch of money on it, and now you're here ready to go? So how did it kind of look? Because this is a big field to open up, like, and you guys I've been punching hard. I don't know if that's too personal of a question.
Well, let's just put it this way. I didn't take any VC money. I didn't do any pre-sale monies, and everything is paid for. And that has a lot to do with being in crypto since 2009. It's paid for.
Well, this is cool. Okay, so what you tested in cheating would be super interesting to learn about. But before any of that, and I also have other questions on like, so if I earn this shit, I'm just going to dump it. So what's the point? Like, it's just going to be going down in value. I want to ask you about that. But first, the vetting process. So how do you vet? What are some of the boxes you need to check before something can be like, okay, we're going to drop this scam coin to somebody? Like, how do you go through that process? Is that manual? Somebody doing that? Like, is there check boxes? Is it an algorithm?
There's a lot of things that go into that. One, you really have to know how to analyze the market of that coin, what its market value is, what its market cap is, how many wallet holders are holding that token, how many hold a high number of that. So, for example, if I was to go to a coin and I saw that the top 100 people held 80% of that token, it's not, to me, that spells rug pull. And a lot of things that I would want to be leery of. I wouldn't look at that as a very promising project that I would want to introduce into GetFit.
Cool.
There's
like that.
Talking to the project creator themselves, kind of getting a feel for who they are, what their goal is, what drives them.
I can help you with that.
Yeah, you can learn a lot just by talking to people.
So is this a prerequisite, or is there an individual, or is it just like these check boxes that, like you had mentioned, that people fill out a questionnaire, right? So is this a manual process that somebody actually has to go through and talk to an individual?
At the moment, yes, because we're very selective as to who is coming on board, only because, one, we want to protect the integrity of GetFit. We want to protect our users. We also want to protect the projects that are coming on as well. You don't want to share. I mean, you got to look at it this way. Let's say you got 50 different projects here, you're sharing those communities. The last thing we want to do is offer up, something that's not good or legitimate to other projects. I mean, it's just and even to our communities. So right now, yeah, we are vetting everybody on a one-on-one basis. We can, because we're new. Once this gets, really taking off, and we've really kind of brought the process down to where we feel comfortable that it can just be through the questionnaire, and that we can verify the information and just say, okay, you're good to go. Here's the information, where it's kind of more automated. But right now we're taking care as far as who we're locking arms with and bringing in. There's so many projects out there. We don't have to take them all. We can really pick and choose the ones we want at the moment. You know what I mean? Bringing real value.
Is the rate at which people earn, is this locked code? Is this done where there's nobody that has control over that? So
It
so
is.
that like how can you talk about how that fluctuates as time progresses and users hopefully adopt?
Okay, so we set GetFit up to mine for 100 years. Okay, so the GFAM token will be mineable for 100 years, so well beyond my life. And when projects come in, so let's say that you have a token, and let's say that you want to airdrop 1 billion. Okay, let's say you've got a trillion, whatever. You know, you're going to drop 1 trillion of them. You want them to be mined over 3 years. So basically, what we do is we break that down from the 3 years by how many would be mined on an everyday basis.
What about with the you said you have a native token, right? Like the token that is the GetFitMining token. So that portion of it.
Okay.
Because the other ones obviously are going to be variable at the moment until you iron out the semantics of how to structure vetting these things in a more systematic manner. But the earning of the native token that you guys have, how does that how is that structured? Right.
Okay, so that token is got a deflationary system. So it starts out with X amount the first year and it decreases every year after. And that's on our light paper. And so I don't have those numbers memorized in my head, or I would go through every year for you.
Okay, but that's all systematic. It's all
systematic. It's not something that's changeable. It's all locked into the smart contract. But what we do, okay, so tag coin is what you use to mint the NFT. And I did that for many reasons. One, at the time that we started the minting of the NFT, tag coin was at 4 cents. Now we could have used BNB, but BNB has already gone from that low number up. Okay, you're not going to get that huge gain on that token or on that coin. So I wanted to use tag coin because people that get involved with it and they hold that tag coin, they've got very high potential to really increase the profits that they make on that tag coin. We have a smart contract commission structure that's set up. So as you're out there helping to build the GetFit, community, we pay out 60% through a smart contract. So there's no company, person, or entity that is paying you. It's automated. It's simultaneous with every single sale. The smart contract pays out 60% period on every single NFT that's minted. And so to counter that, we wanted to make sure that we, maintained the value of that tag coin, that we didn't hurt the value of it when people went and sold their tag coin from commissions that they've earned. So 20% of all the tag coin on that 1,500 tag coin is burned right out of circulation. So that's out of that 1,500, 900 are paid out in commission. 300 of them are burned, and 150 of them go into the liquidity pair of tag GFAM. And so that's a good thing. Okay, for
that's 1,400, right? So you have 300.
That leaves 150 to the project.
Okay, and that's through.
So it's 1,350.
Okay. Cool. What about what you said it was GFit? Is that what you called the token?
Yeah, the GetFit activity mining token, GFAM. It's not on the exchange.
Is there because there's a project that just launched in like the community that we spend a lot of time in, that when it launched, it was just a dump token, and there's no utility in holding something if people get it for free and they're just going to sell it off to live life or do whatever they want. And I haven't heard any reasons to like hold this yet. Is there any? I'm sure you've thought about this. Like,
oh yeah, you need the GFAM we do have the gamification in the GetFit mining as well. It's not, it is gamified, but what it is challenges. We want people to challenge each other to do better with their workouts and what they're doing on a day-to-day basis. We also have events and fundraisers that people can create themselves. So I could challenge Ryan to a 5-mile run, and winner, would take X amount. I can say, okay, 50 tag coin that I can beat you. Okay, those get locked into a smart contract. We set up the time, GPS tracks it, winner takes whatever that 50 tag coin is. But we can challenge each other.
That's cool.
To do things. We can also.
But you mentioned tag coin, not the native token.
Well, no. Well, I use that as the wager, but I would have to use the GFAM to set that challenge up. So boosting, okay, in the gamification side of it, we use, we have boosts and elements in each one of these NFTs. There's attributes to each NFT. So let's say I'm in an NFT and my steps, okay, in that attribute may only have, 60% efficiency. I can boost to get myself up to 100% efficiency so that I can get bonuses on my mining. But I would want to be at 100% efficiency for my steps to be able to gain higher bonuses on my band and on my activity that I did today. So I buy boosts and I use the GFAM. I can, to get through my different arenas, we have arenas that you go through. There's 5 arenas to reach the Hall of Fame, which is basically the glory stage, show off, that you've reached the Hall of Fame with your band. This means that you've, won X amount of challenges. You have challenged yourself to do better than the day before. You're either, another one of the arenas is passion, for example. You do the same workout every single day. That means you're passionate about what it is that you're doing. Okay, so there's bonuses for the passion arena. The challenge arena, let's say, that is yourself increasing what you've done from one day to the next. So maybe today I ran 10,000 steps or walked 10,000 steps, but tomorrow I did 11,000, and then the following day I did 12,000. Okay, that's challenging myself to do better. And so I'm able to level up. You use the GFAM to level up. So inside the application, there's the utility for the GFAM token. There's several things that you use for. You can, boost your activities. You can buy runes. You can buy badges. You can buy our gear, that's branded to us, our t-shirts, tank tops, whatever the GFAM is used for that. So there's a lot of reasons to hold on and use that GFAM. I think the other thing too, with the GFAM and the tag, we have the liquidity, we have the farming as well. So people can get involved in the liquidity pools and in the farming pools, where you would mine and stake for additional rewards on top of what the actual GetFit activity is doing. So you're mining these tokens and you're also able to, farm them.
Can you talk about the difference between the liquidity and then the farming piece? You mentioned both of those. Can you talk about the distinction between those, please?
Yep. So when you get involved in a liquidity pool, you're basically providing, okay, think of it as a bank. Okay, if you put your money into a bank account, what are they doing? They're using your money. They're loaning it out to make more money. They're going to give you a couple pennies a year, basically. I mean, I can remember, I won't say how much, but let's just put it this way. At the end of the year, and I look and I'm like, wow, that's all I got in interest. It was ridiculous. But if I take that same amount of money and I add it to a liquidity pool, which basically, I'm making, okay, we'll take tag coin and the GFAM. I'm going to add equal value of both into the liquidity pool. So basically what I'm doing is I'm building a stable foundation for the tokens. It's not adding more of one and less of another. I'm adding equal amounts. And so this is providing that stability there. Now, when somebody comes in and sells, let's say they sell GFAM, they're pulling GFAM out of that liquidity pool. Okay, it makes less GFAM in that pool than maybe there is tag coin. Or if somebody comes in, they want to sell their tag coin, they're pulling out the tag coin, but they're not pulling out the equal amount of the GFAM, or they're not injecting the same amounts. So when you're a liquidity pool provider, you're adding both. You're stabilizing that coin. And so you're getting rewards on the transaction fees. Now, when you take it a step further and you do the farming, you deposit into a farming pool, and that locks it basically. I mean, some people lock it for a certain amount of time, and other projects they don't. But while you're farming, that liquidity is giving you additional rewards.
Okay, so you're taking your LP token and you're putting this into the farming.
Tokens. You're farming it, and you're farming it for more tokens. It could be the tag coin, it could be the GFAM, it could be, whatever pool that you're in. Those are more rewards that you're getting. So it's another way to mine even more coins. And I think the best thing with the GetFit too, you're mining these coins for free. You mint an NFT, and all of these coins you're getting for free. And it, in my opinion, every project that is coming in and depositing into the airdrop engine really needs to have a liquidity pool and a farm, so that it will encourage people to take the coins that they're mining and create their liquidity pool tokens, their LPTs, and then stake them into a farming pool to get even more rewards. That encourages people to hold, because anything that you can mine and farm for free, I mean, that's a win-win. You know what I mean? And GetFit, everything that you're mining, it didn't cost you anything. You're going to pay your mining fees, whatever, but.
So
Sam,
somebody,
can you think of whatever question you're about to ask? I have a few questions in the chat that I started from earlier, and they're starting to add up. So we're going to run through some of these now. Everyone understand.
I want to
Go
say
ahead.
before we get in this,
Yeah.
I think people should see a visual of what this NFT looks like.
Oh yeah, I was
because
going to send you guys the link. I'm sorry. Let me get that for you.
Yeah, you can send that link and we can pull that up, and absolutely. And while we're going, I'm going to pick the best question.
Thank you.
Lynette was saying different devices might give different shares. Which device, watch or other, is recommended to make the most of my workout?
she'll
so
answer that in just a second once she sends
Yeah,
it.
no, yeah, you can take your time. I know you're sending that over. I'm reading some of these questions, guys. Anyone who has a question, first of all, I can chill for a second. Actually, let's just chill the golf tournament since it's coming up on Sunday. My God, GRC is going on feet. We have the golf tournament, it's the Pulse Masters golf tournament. Everyone's going on Sunday. I hope everyone just stays safe and sober and serene for the most part. But I'm going down there, and let's freaking go. I'm ready. We're going to be playing golf. We're going to be partying, marijuana joints, all the stuff like this, guys. We're going to be having a good. I heard it's legal down there, so you're allowed to say it. But guys, this is going to be a lot of fun. I'm going to try to make the most of this. There's a fashion show that I am in. I'm in the fashion show, along with a lot of the other guys in this chat. My girl's in the fashion show. So we're really just going to try to kick back and have a good time, guys. KSB.TV presents the Pulse Masters Golf Tournament. We have 2 shotgun times, 7:30 a.m. and 1:30 p.m. Registration is 1 hour prior. The Concord course offers a 7,034-yard par 72 layout with Bermuda fairways and large greens. The spectator pass is $55. The individual golfer is $195. In the golf foursome, $750. Play Golf Network with others and win crypto prizes. September 5th, 2022. Contact us at ksbtv/golf.
Welcome back. So I wanted to get into this pretty nice piece of hardware. So
this would be on your wrist, correct?
And somebody pays $25 for this because a tag coin is currently a penny or something like that, and then $1,500. So somebody's paying $25 for this to get rocking.
Okay, you have to go to the tag protocol tag. So the tag you're looking at, that's a dev project that has nothing to do with tag protocol. So when you go to CoinMarketCap, it's 8.5 cents or so.
Okay, so it's substantially more. Okay, so 0.08.
I think that would be 130 something.
So $130. So somebody pays $130 and they get, and obviously it's variable, but they pay $130 and they get this watch thing. And
this is
NFT.
your NFT. This is what.
Okay, so they're not getting any physical thing.
Right. This is the NFT. They have to connect their wearable to that NFT. So let's see.
Lynette, can they spin this? Is this interactive? He can move it right now?
Well, you can move it with your mouse.
There you go.
Zoom up on it. That band, the button up there, when we turn it on, you'll be able to scroll through your screen. It'll show your steps, distance, calories, workout, sleep in real time. That lightning bolt at the top, that is the highest element that you can get. That gives you a 10% boost on all of your elements within this particular NFT.
And this is the world's first. So you call this, Lynette? Sorry, Sam. The world's first. How do you describe this NFT?
It's the world's first interactive algorithmic programmatic NFT. That screen is programmable.
So this is fascinating. This is a very cool looking thing here. What's the yield people are currently seeing right now?
Okay, so we haven't started the mining. That'll start today or tomorrow. We have got the app in the Apple Store and the Google Android Store. You know, the funny thing about them is a decentralized project, but they're insisting on the incorporation of the GetFit Mining. So we just got that all into them. Then it'll be available on the App Store. So currently you have to use the APK download for the Android and then the beta for Apple, which are both on the website. So you have access to it. We're waiting on Google to approve the APK files. That should be done in the next hour or two. And then mining will start today. So we're literally just getting the mining reward started. And everything works. I mean, it's an amazing thing.
So what are those steps? What are those steps involved? So you pay to get an NFT, and then
so the first step would be, just for the people in here that maybe are going to do this, is that you would want to have a little bit of Binance token in your wallet, because that would be the transaction.
Gotta have BNB. Gotta have that tag.
So a little bit of Binance token, and then having 1,500 tag token. 1,500 tag token is how much it costs to mint the NFT, but it's 1,500 tag tokens. So the price of tag token is always going to change, obviously, to the upside if there's a market, you know, in general. So it's going to become more expensive to mint that NFT over time. And I think we're seeing that already with the price chart. So that was kind of what people are going to ask about. Or, you know, I already know what everyone's going to ask about. I'm so used to doing all this shit. You know what I mean? So they're going to ask, where's the yield coming from? Because they're going to ask, like, what's the money play on this, right? Like, they're going to ask, like, so explain to everyone where the yield comes from in general, and just give everyone the overview of, like, that part. Like, so the yield for all the mining, and the yield for, like, you know, people do this stuff to make money. Like, none of us are stupid. You know what I mean? So at the end of the day, they're going to ask, like, where's all the money going, and who's making the money, and like, what kind of yield, where is this yield coming from, and how is it being captured?
Okay, so as a project, we don't take anything off the top from any of the project creators who are doing the airdrop. So 100% of it goes into the airdrop engine to be mined. Second, you know, your yield is based on how active you are. You know, if you're sitting on the couch eating bonbons watching soap operas all day, your yield is really low.
Where does the yield come from for the yield that you earn?
Okay, now you have to define your question just a little bit more. When you're asking me,
so if I'm earning a certain token,
value, or are you asking me the algorithm of what you earn?
I'm just asking you, like, no value aside of the coin. Like, I don't care what the coin is, but how is that coin being captured to produce yield within the mining protocol? Like, where, like, how does it structured in that way? Like, if I'm the owner of Hedron, and Hedron starts getting airdrop to everyone out, is that because that I provided some sort of, you know, is it like a marketing thing where I'm like, hey, you guys want a small piece of the supply, and then it'll start going out, and then you just pinch that supply depending on however many miners there are? Is it kind of like that?
Okay, it's
I
all
could be
based
way
on,
off, by the way.
It's all based on mining shares. Okay, so let's say today I walked 25,000 steps. I got 25,000 mining shares. Let's say you only walked 10,000. You have 10,000 mining shares. Okay, at the end of the day, all of those mining shares are added up, and however many tokens are available for each one of these projects that are in the airdrop, each token has a value based on the number of mining tokens that are in the airdrop, and then they're dispersed individually based on each contract. So, you know, you could end up with, you know, 25,000 mining shares that could get you, you know, it could reward you 10 tokens of one, 2 of another, 3 of another, 1 of another.
And it's their proportion. It's the proportion of the entire pool, right? So if the 4 of us all decided that this is what we were doing, right, and we're all earning 25,000 points or whatever, then we each get a quarter of the total disbursement for that day. The disbursement for that day is going to vary from the projects that are giving away shit, but the rate at which it is being you're earning G token is constant. And then you'd mentioned several moments ago that the rate at which G token is being minted is going down over time. Can you touch on that again? How is that going down, and what's the time frame?
We wanted a deflationary system, so each year it's decreased per year the amount of GFAM that can be mined. And what that does is just it injects less into circulation. but all of it is mined. There was a very small amount of GFAM that was allocated out to wallets. There was no pre-sale for that. It was an allocation of tokens. So we wanted to make sure that there was no heavy holders of the GFAM, so there couldn't be a big major sell-off. So everything is mineable. Basically, that is going to, you know, that gives a stronger token, in my opinion. You know, you get people that do these huge pre-sales, you know, to raise all this money or whatever for the development of their projects, and then what do you have? You know what I mean? You've got all of these major people, major amount of people holding a major amount of token in their wallets, and all they want to do is see it go up, you know, a tenth of a penny, and then they're going to dump it. And so, you know, sometimes these projects have a hard time gaining the value there. And
it's
so
all just like community speculative, kind of like, you know, it's just like a community building like experiment, really. Like, you're like, how many people can we get to want to get into this just because they don't know what it is? That's for damn sure. I mean, people don't understand Ethereum at all, right? You know, so I can't imagine they understand Pulse Chain. Richard doesn't even bring up PulseX because he doesn't think people will understand it. And it's just like, because they don't understand Uniswap. It's like, oh, let me talk about PulseX for 10 hours. Oh, wait, no one even uses LP. So whoops. Like, you know, so in general, I forgot what I was saying exactly, but I think you're 100% correct. I think a lot of these coins in general, that's what people say about Bitcoin, right? People in legacy finance, they're like, it's just a bigger loser theory. And yeah, it is. It just follows the rules. It just follows the rule, literally the rules. Like, there's rules and you can follow them or not. And it's something, the projects that I look for really closely just follow those rules, because really that's all you can do.
There is several questions here that like we can do through rapid fire before we wrap things up here.
Ask the ones that you like, Sam.
The Kartik asks, 1,000 steps equals how many tag coin? I think we touched on this. There's no tag coin earned, correct?
No, we will have tag coin in the airdrop engine. But here's the deal. You know, I can't tell you what it would be, because it all depends on how many miners are, you know, connected that day. It depends on how active those miners are. If it's a day when you've got 10,000 people that are actively mining, your mining shares would be lower. But here's the upside to that. The more users, the more value across the board, because you've got more people that are engaged in these projects of these tokens that are here.
The reason why I see this thing going really viral also is the compensation plan. I mean, we have sold, Lynette can share how many NFTs we've sold, but we have people making $1,000 a day right now in compensation plan. And I personally, in tag coin, in commissions. So that's why I really see this thing going viral also. Lynette, can we touch base on compensation plan? Because I would love to help a lot of people make a lot of money to even quit their jobs potentially because of the system.
And before you get into that, for the guys in the chat too, while they're talking about this, because this is stuff that, to be honest, I don't know fucking anything about. I don't understand affiliate marketing yet. I understand like the nuts and bolts of it. Like, I understand, but I don't understand, because in crypto sometimes, you know, like Hex, for example, had an affiliate marketing program early on, and people made a fuck ton of money on, dude. Like, people like never bought Hex once, and they are millionaires because they were just shilling it to everyone, and that's okay. That's what it was for. I'm not saying that's bad, but I know there's backlash there in crypto a little bit. But at the same time, can you tell us about the rules as you go through there? Like, I don't know the rules about everything, but as far as affiliate marketing, so if you get someone to sign up for you, basically you earn tag coin. That's what's going on?
We pay out the commissions. Okay, so you purchase using tag coin, and the commissions are paid out through a smart contract in tag coin. Didn't want to make it difficult for people to reach higher wallet ranks. We have 8 wallet ranks. So when you make your first sale, you share it with somebody, they mint an NFT, you're going to earn 25% commission. Once you've reached 11 team sales, it doesn't have to be personal sales, just, you know, team sales.
Right there. Yeah.
When you move up to 30%, and it goes up 5% until you've reached 1,201 sales on your team, which qualifies you to earn 60%. So all of your direct sales would then give you 60%. Now, I'm one that likes to keep it heavy on your personal work. So your direct sales obviously pay you more, but the indirect sales are paid through the smart contract, meaning the smart contract, let's say Ryan's at 25% and I'm at 35%. There's nobody in between us. Ryan sells an NFT. He makes 25%. Smart contract is going to look for the next wallet up chain that is at 30%. If there isn't one between him and I'm at 35%, it's going to deposit 10% into my wallet. And then it's going to go up chain and look for the next wallet that's at 40, 45, 50, 55, 60. And it's going to pay out all of that in tag coin until it reaches the 60% wallet. And it does it on every single NFT. Then 20% is burned, 10% is liquidity. And it's a very simple,
I've been in this for 30 days and I signed up 990 people in month 1 that I turned into miners. So imagine where I'm at on the compensation plan and these other people start off at 25% and every day money's just flowing in like that.
And that's based on the, like, in theory, based on the belief you guys believe in the project. I think what people get worried about, and I want to ask Sam on this one, to be honest, because he doesn't care about the feelies. Sam, when it comes to this exactly what affiliate marketing is. You've participated.
Well, it sounds a little bit more like MLM type, which is fine. It's just
what is the MLM?
Multi-level marketing. Well, you said the top person is getting paid more than the bottom people, right? And you kind of work your way up the scale.
The top person doesn't get paid more. The bottom person gets paid more. And let me explain it to you. So Ryan and I could both be at 60%, right? But Ryan, I brought him in. That cuts me out of everything. And he's below me. But if he's at 60% and I'm at 60%, I get nothing.
But the people who get in first effectively win, but that's how it is for everything.
Yeah, that's the problem I'm having in my head, Sam. It's like that. I keep having that idea in my head too, and then I'm like, well, all the hexicans just want me to stake all my hex, and they all have. They could make more hex than me in one day by staking their entire bag for one day than I'll ever be able to afford.
So let me give you an example.
That's just the truth. I hate if that hurts feelings, but like I'm just doing math here in my head.
I shared this with somebody who is at a 60% wallet, and I am as well. And he's still bringing in people. Okay, and this isn't Ryan. This is somebody else, and selling NFTs. Right? I don't make anything on anything that he does. Zero, because he's at 60%. He has matched my wallet rank, and he could bring in 50,000 people, and I'm still going to make zero. So the top person isn't getting paid. It's the bottom person. So the person at the bottom.
But you said it starts at 20%, or is that what you said? I apologize.
Pardon? But I started at 25%.
Okay, so 25. I'm sorry. No, I misheard you, or I didn't remember correctly.
It starts at 25%, but you work your way based on team sales, right? All sales on your team based on the inviter code, which is in the smart, in the chain link of the smart contract. But Ryan and I are let's say all four of us are at 60%. Okay. Let's say, each one of us in the line, brought in you, brought in Ryan, brought in me. If I'm at 60% and all three of you are at 60% and I'm at the bottom, I'm the one who's making the money on my team. None of you are. The person on the bottom is making the money. The person on the bottom with the highest wallet rank is making the money. It doesn't matter if you're at the top of the chain or not. Okay, I'm the first one on. I created this project, right? I'm the one who started inviting. Guess what? I am wallet matched by many that are in here, and I'm making zero on any of their sales.
But meanwhile, all those.
So how are you? Go ahead.
But meanwhile, these sales are pumping the price of tag coin, which benefits us all.
So how are you? How do you? Right. So now you say you're the top of the food chain, right? And now you're like, okay, so how are you getting compensated through the affiliate marketing or MLM or however you want to describe it, right? How are you getting paid on that?
I keep promoting and selling. So I have multiple direct lines. You know what I mean? It'd be more like, they don't tie in like what an MLM does, where it pulls you in, into like a binary or a matrix or something, anything like that. So everybody that I share it with who mints an NFT, they go out and they're sharing it. So I do make money. I just don't make money on the ones that have matched my wallet rank. And that was important to me because you should get paid for your work. I should not get paid for the work that you're doing. When you match my wallet rank, you should get that money. I should not.
The override on the mining too?
Stops there.
The override on the mining though, Lynette, can you touch base on that?
Yeah, you get the overrides on the mining. I mean, that I don't know. You're talking about the 1%.
Yeah.
So when you reach the 1,201 sales on your team, you do get a 1% override on mining, on your directs only, not the team. So if I had 100 people, let's see, that I sold directly an NFT to, and I have 1,201 sales on my team, I'm going to get 1% of their mining shares, their mining rewards.
There's a lot of like it seems in the chat, there's a lot of like skepticism. Like Freddie's mentioning something and Gina is mentioning something around because the perception, right, from people who the perception comes off as network marketing. Not that that's a bad thing, right? People who have W-2 jobs could reduce their taxes.
It's lack of understanding, you know what I mean? And it just means that you have
but
to.
Even though you're telling me it's not, in my mind, all I see is network marketing. Even though you're saying something different, it's like, okay, you have people underneath you, and I'm making money off those people, right? You just said you have lines underneath you.
Network marketing would mean that there would always be somebody above you, and there would be no way that you could pass them. And that's not here. There is no network marketing here. There is no MLM. So if somebody says that, one, not to be disrespectful or to sound like I know more,
correct.
Oh, it's all good.
They don't understand the dynamics of multi-level marketing, what is and what is not. So
I understand that there's nuance in all this stuff, and people that are clearly like in the weeds, like in that specific arena at that specific moment. There's new rules, new concepts, but at the end of the day, like everyone had these same thoughts about everything to a degree, right? Like to a degree, when Dodeca came out, I brought him on the show. I didn't like it. Then everyone said it was the best thing ever. Now everyone doesn't like it again. And it's only been 2 days. So it's just like in this, don't worry so much if everyone's doing everything right, which is, I mean, we'll all see in the future, right? Like, you'll be the person that's like, hey, whoops, I wish I participated in this if it's the B's. But at every point, like every crypto is kind of similar in the way it's just like the rules about how the people get paid are different, and people don't understand the rules. Like everyone in Hex wants everyone to come in Hex, but nobody wants to teach them specifically about airdrops that will nuke their entire account, and about smart contract risk, and about all those things. They're just going to say it's the best thing ever. And I love Hex. I buy Hex all the time. But again, I'm more curious about the specifics, because what I'm aware of now is that it's okay not to know the specifics, but it's not okay to say that you definitely know the specifics when you kind of just know it a little bit. And that's what me and Sam are cool with that. Like we don't.
Let me explain to you real quick. In MLM, okay, there's an auto ship, or there'd be a subscription fee. There's no auto ship here. There's no subscription fee. There's no fee to download the app. There's no monthly. There's no nothing. There's just a smart contract commission structure, and there is nobody at the top of the food chain. If you're out there working your tail off and you reach 60%, you're getting the money that you've earned, and it's not going above. And in MLM, it's always going above. There's always somebody that's getting money off the backs of your hard work, and that doesn't exist here. What makes it different is that in a smart contract, you tell it what to do. And this smart contract knows that it has got to pay out 60%. If your wallet rank hasn't achieved that 60%, it's going to go look for the wallet above that has achieved a higher rank, and it's going to deposit the difference. But as soon as your wallet has achieved that highest rank, it stops at you. It doesn't no longer go above you and start distributing that money. So you're getting paid for the work that you've done, period. It doesn't matter. It could be Donald Trump above me. And if I'm at 60%, he's not getting a dime. Okay. There's nobody special here. There's nobody that gets anything that they don't deserve to get. You're out there working, you're building the community, you're sharing the app, you're making that money. There's no monthly auto ship that somebody's getting a percentage of. There's no fee to download the app. And if you don't mint an NFT, we have free bands that you can use at 25% efficiency. So, I mean, we've made sure that, one, I don't want anything that's MLM. I don't want anything that smells like MLM. I just want people to be rewarded for helping to build the community and help people to get involved in what I consider a very revolutionary application, We're rolling out the remaining features of this app over the next 60 days until it's in full force so that we can test it as we go, because it has never been done before. We've put a lot of time, effort, and expense into this app to make sure that it does what it does and that it is something that people can rely on. And I don't mind criticism or skepticism or
You would be where you are today if you did.
And the thing is,
it makes it stronger, because then we can go back and,
I told you so. And at the end of the day, if you don't want to share this, just go ahead and buy the NFT. TagCoin's going to go up in price. The price of your value of your NFT is going to go up. And just mine. Don't tell anyone about it.
No, for sure. And is there any way, just as a thought experiment before we wrap up here, like, let's say this thing just adopts, right? Like, let's just say, like, this thing's moving. It don't matter if people are telling motherfuckers. It don't matter nothing. This thing's going now. Is there a way that you can just end the affiliate program? Like, I'm talking whenever, like, whether this is 10 years from now or 6 months from now or whatever, like, if this thing's just free moving to maybe get some of that. I don't know if it matters though, because I don't know the rules, but you know what I mean? Like for Hex, for example, this is just an example. And I'm only saying Hex because I study it all the time. So it's kind of easier for me to, but they had an affiliate program, and I have a feeling if it was still going today, there would be a lot more negative press on Hex, in my opinion. And I don't know if that's true, to be honest.
I don't know anything about, Hex, but
it's just a coin basically, and you could sign people up, but it worked awesome and it was amazing all the time. But they stopped the affiliate program because it just started no need. You know what I mean? Like, everyone was buying it, everyone was talking about it, everyone was doing it. It was the third highest trading volume on Uniswap. So it was, it was just
it's so different. Like, there's no comparison to the two projects whatsoever. This is an NFT project, and because of the burn and the merge that we have here, I think there's always going to be a need for the affiliate side to continue minting and doing the NFTs. But I don't see a reason to ever end it. I think that if that part, I think it would just fizzle out on its own. You know what I mean? If the entire planet had minted an NFT,
you're probably right.
You know what I mean? But I haven't really.
And again, you know more about this than I. It's just the way it is. Like, I mean, I'm just here because I just work. You know what I mean? I just like to know what there's guys in my audience right now that are probably going to participate in this, whether I said it was the worst thing in the world or the best thing since sliced bread. People understand that I'm not like the rule bearer on this. There's people in this chat that have so much more money than I mean, so much more wealth and experience of business. And so there's guys in here, free thinkers in here. So just know, like, right. I understand very well that you guys have thought about this very hard for a very long time. I understand that I have not thought about this for a very long time. Therefore, there is going to be some lost in translation. One of the things that the people do want to mention, I can't get away from it, even though this is all for the future talk, because if there's other chains that come out, is that something that you can easily adapt to? Yeah, like brand new chains that don't exist yet.
Yeah, I mean, projects on any chain can deposit into the airdrop engine. All a person will do is just switch networks.
But we can migrate our whole project onto a different chain if we wanted to in the future as well. One thing I will note is that
easily, seamlessly.
Yes,
that's not what we're.
One second, I'm sorry. We will be at PulseCon, and we are sponsoring the golf tournament. Every Hex member, for example, at the event, we're giving away the mini miners in hopes to team up with, and we're also throwing a mansion party at our $12 million mansion that we have down there. So we want to connect and invite you all to come to the mansion party. It's a beautiful home, and we're looking to connect with different Pulse chain projects that want to go ahead and use our airdrop engine, that want to potentially mine their cryptocurrency on our platform.
Very cool.
I do want to also mention, you guys, while I'm reading these chats, just so you guys know, we do not track your personal information. We don't ask for, like, we don't know that you just went from Kroger to Kohl's. We don't care about that. It's basically the actual distance, and your information is purged after 8 days. So we don't sell, share, or use your data for anything. It is used over an 8-day span. Just because of the challenges and the things that are available within the app, We don't ask for your name, your address, your phone number, or any of that information. We don't care what your address is and where you just traveled to. It's only tracking the distance, not the destination. And we don't know if you walked to the bathroom. We don't know if you walked out to your pool. It doesn't give us that type of information. It just gives us the distance and how many steps you took. And like I said, it's purged on the 8th day. So
that's good to know that the data stuff is very important. I'm sure a lot of people would have that. So thank you for bringing that up. Let's do the last question here. If by Freddie quotes, so you buy the NFT and a smartwatch and then start mining?
Exactly. The mining will start later on today. It'll be our first day that we launch this off. We're excited about that. We'll keep everybody posted. We had to make sure we tested. I mean, we tested this. We tried to break it. We tried to cheat we could.
Do all smartwatches work?
As long as they are compatible with Google Health or Apple or Google Fit or Apple Health. They have to be compatible with one or the other. A lot of your bands are compatible with both.
So I've purchased the NFT. I've minted the NFT.
You made commissions also already too. Congratulations.
Well, there we go. That's what I like to hear. But I'm going to work out later. I know I'm not going to be able to do this today. But what's the fastest way for me to obtain such item?
So I'll just give you guys I don't know if you'll be able to see this. Am I able to share?
For sure. I think I can pull you up solo. So
I got my camera right here. Okay, hold on here. So this is the GetFit app. Hopefully you can see it. And basically what I do is I come in, I have my NFTs. So I'm going to go to my dashboard. Okay, these are the NFTs. I've connected my wallet. It's already connected at the top because you have to do that. And I've minted 104 because I'll be leasing mine out. My first one was, $53. So for steps, for example, if I know I'm going to go for a walk, I'm going to show you what this kind of looks like here. I'm going to activate my NFT. Okay, so I'm showing you this one here. So in the app, it moves, does its thing. I want to activate this NFT.
Mm-hmm.
This is the one that is now attached to my Apple Watch.
I see.
So if I go into, let's see here, I'm going to go back to this also will give you like your commissions and, sales and things like that in there. This here is what's tracking my steps in my activity. So this would be my distance. This would be my workouts. This would be my sleep, the little bed there. And these are my steps. Okay. So if I want to update my steps, I basically swipe down on the screen. Okay. There's the 105. Now I'm going to go to my band and let me go to my tracker here. Okay, so you can see here, this is my, if you can see on my Apple Watch.
Yes, I can. 105 to 135 feet.
Now, on my phone, you'll see there, it's got the 105. Do you see that?
Cool.
So it's tracking my steps 100%. Now, what I want to show you is this. If I wanted to go into, let's say, my Apple Health, as an example. Okay, that's the little heart thing there. And this is why we don't allow phones. So now I'm in my Apple Health and I can scroll down to steps. Let me find it on here. All right, steps. And do you see at the top right where it says, I'm going to teach you guys how to cheat. See where it says add data? I click add data and it just wants me to add in how many steps I took today. That's as easy as it is. Okay, I could say 25,000 steps and I would have mined 25,000 mining shares. So we can't allow the phone because on the phone, it allows you to update your health data. And so we don't allow the phones. That's why you have to have a band. That's the only way.
I think not having the phones makes a lot of sense to me.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Because let's just say, I don't know all the tech, right? But it activates from the pulse on your wrist and you can't attach your phone to your wrist and you can't, so it's going to have some activation where associated with it. But we're an hour and 31 in. This is as long as I've done a show.
See how it says 268 on my phone? So I've had my phone on me today, whatever, 206 days. It won't calculate that. Just so you know, like
But
it
it'll
will
still
not.
come up. It'll still activate, but it doesn't mine.
It won't mine from your phone, only from a band, a wearable. So
I'm
it works.
super excited about. I mean, this is the exact way this show generally goes. You know, I want to know about the project. There's people that are always going to have questions. There's people that are always not going to be excited about new things because new things are learning curve. You know what I mean? And a lot of the guys in this chat are making a lot of money, frankly. So, but this is about the future to me. Like, this is about like, this will be here, period. End of story, whether you like it or not. And these people are in an amazing position, to make a really hard punch at this. And that's all you can ask for in the crypto space, which is amazing. And I'm glad, and you guys are obviously hustling. Ryan, you said you got something for me? You're muted, brother. You're good.
I look at this project like the Microsoft Windows. Look how big Microsoft is. We're here in Seattle, but we have the ability to work with so many platforms coming on board with us. Any Pulse Chain project can bring their coins into this. So this is what I think really needs to happen in the cryptocurrency space to make it to where people can really kind of bring those cryptocurrencies together and learn about NFT, because that's where we're headed. And we also are already dealing with the metaverse within our ecosystem as well. But I think we should also touch base on the fitness challenge that we're looking to launch, and invite, you know, any Pulse Chain projects that want to airdrop their coins through our fitness challenge as we're getting ready to launch this thing. Me, you, and Sam here coming up. And we'll close it up.
All right, guys, it's been great. I know Sam has to go. We're probably 3 minutes over his time. So, Sam, thank you so much for your extended time.
Thanks,
it's usually a good sign when the show goes an hour and a half, because that means we were learning a lot. And I just want to learn about all this stuff. And I'm involved, you know, like I got involved. I just wanted to give it a whirl, you know, and I'm excited. I got to sign up under my affiliate link. And, you know, that's, you know, I'm just talking out loud here. That's what kind of excites people about some of these products. That's the reason they do some of these things, too. It's like, you know, I feel way more invested now, like, to be honest. And that's a part of this. It's like, it's a part of crypto. It's a part of adoption. We need people to understand what's going on. And that's the one thing in crypto that doesn't really happen. It's like, yes, this product's amazing. Yes, this product's amazing. No one's going to teach you a thing and you're going to get scammed 11 times before you figure out what the fuck you're doing. I promise.
Yep.
But instead of someone like Ryan calling me and saying, bro, there's an NFT on the Binance Smart Chain. You want to spend $100 on this at the time? And I was like, yeah, dude, you know, I'm a gym rat. So, you know, I'll throw $100 at something. I'm not, you know, like, we're not talking about me liquidating my fucking 401k so I can dump it all into Tag Protocol, because we're early stages and we want to learn. And so this show's all about learning. And you guys did an amazing job breaking that down, in my opinion.
Thank you,
Sam, and the audience. Sorry if I didn't get to all your questions, guys. We are going to have them on again. It's probably going to be like, for the people that, you know, on the fence, get a little more detail, let this breathe a little bit for the people. And then we're going to go to Vegas and we're going to get to talk to some people on the feet there. So that'll be really good too. And Ryan is an absolute piece
We're
of
so
dynamite.
thrilled about our app. We give you one for free. It's just 25% efficiency.
Don't hesitate to buy the NFT, because like Lynette said, this is $53. Our coin went up 100% basically this month, and you know, and it's $125, $130 when it first came on. So it's important. I mean, tag coin has already been as high as 38 cents right now. So here we are at this. It won't be long till this is 50 cents, and at that price, it's going to be how much, Lynette? $500.
I'm not even going to speculate on prices. You know what I'm doing.
Yeah, it'll be like $375 roughly at
So
that
why not
price.
do it today, right?
I never give price projections or even what my opinion is.
I'm just talking past history on the coin that's ready.
Right. I mean, we all do know that in bull markets, even pictures of monkeys playing with their own genitalia sell at a premium. So I was actually asking if there was liquidity on monkeys sucking their, and there was, believe it or not, there was liquidity. There was liquidity. I couldn't believe it. So really, when it comes to price action in crypto, it's like, Lynette is right. Like, it's saying anything about it, probably you're going to shoot under the mark, and it's just stupid because you're just liable for shit. Like, it's
And
just
you never want people to get involved in something based on a speculation that you gave and then it wasn't accurate, and then they come back and say, well, I did it because you said so. You don't have, you know, crypto is completely volatile and there's no way to guess it. You know what I mean? It can be nothing today and moon tomorrow. And, you know,
I always say you can't predict nukes in China, and that's generally would change the price chart a little bit. Like, I don't have those details. So guys, I'm going to get off here. Crypto in the morning every single day. So happy everyone could come here. And the show was great today. We got a lot of action, a lot of new people. And then you helped my show quite a bit too. There was a lot of new people in here, and I very much appreciate that. I like when there's new people because I really do try to get down and dirty. 11 a.m. Eastern, guys, every single day. I'm covering crypto every single day.
We love you.
Period. I love you guys too, and I hope that nothing but success and absolute power. Guys, have a wonderful day. It's great to see everyone.
Peace.
You already know what time it is. Crypto in the morning. Crypto in the morning. Crypto in the morning. Waiting on phone. Crypto in the morning. 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 Waiting on phone. Crypto in the morning. Crypto in the morning. Smoking a blunt on my way to the gym. 11 a.m. and I'm already tuned in. Got me some hacks and I'm making a stake. Got me some heads on, I'm making it rain. Pay me some maxi and that's just in case. Jim ready sent me to show you the way. Crypto in the morning.